Google Texas Live. It is the Martin Fowler Scrum. It's Wednesday. Goodness me. Nicola and Sam are here. So I've just been doing the web dev mob with Linda and Fiona, and yeah, we've been going through more CSS and starting on JavaScript, and that was good. Before that, I'm continuing to work on more sort of VB Access, Visual Basic and Access for this Anthony Power Society. I think I'm making progress. Hopefully, finished by the end of the week. Other things going on. I noticed we're starting to get. I was just going to make a ticket actually. We're starting to get what look very much like spam bot signups on website 1, which is not a good sign. We're supposed to have our cat.
Maybe we can add the thing with Google.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is we have one of those that's supposedly there and supposedly working, and it looks like the bots are kind of getting around it. Yeah, that's kind of. I thought we recently upgraded it. I don't know if it's maybe that's caused it to cause it to break or something. I'll just put so it's basically what we're seeing is lots of recent sign ups have emails that look computer generated. Is the capture not working? So yeah, that's a little disturbing. Back in the day, we originally disabled sign up because we were getting all of these spam bots signing up. But yeah, so I've had an issue for that for website 1. What else is going on? I did yesterday. There was some work with Lara on getting Google Analytics set up. We've got some various DevOps issues outstanding on Met Plus that I'm going to need to sort out today. Yeah, just stuff I've got to look into. We've got the what's it called? The Ad Managers marketing meeting coming up in a bit. What else is happening? We've got and then the NHS wiki meeting later on, and I guess the local support pairing session was maybe scheduled for 6 p.m. UTC tonight, but Brent's unavailable, and yeah, we'll have to talk about that. But yeah, that's about the size of things. Nicola, how are things going with you?
Yeah, I've been doing some changes on website 1. I have, I think, let me check. I will share my screen just to show you. Well, no, I will tell you just to summarize. Yeah, there, there you are. One of the blockers, I did the first try to upgrade to the version 2.5 of Ruby, but the thing is that we will need to change the semaphore CI configuration. I did a couple comments there
that's a
because that it will make it fail, and I think that it will make it fail the other pull requests, and I don't know how it may affect all the ecosystem of website 1. So I just put it there.
But we'll leave that for trying. When we finish the other upgrades. We can do that one. Yeah.
The upgrade to factory errors, I think that is done. I did the changes that you suggested, but one of them, it was to use a touch at the end of the stabbed method, stabbed object. And the thing is that doing it in that way, I was getting an error, and I did a comment, but I don't know where is it. So the thing is, I just removed the part that is where it was returning something there. So now it is just mocking the method that is trying to touch the database.
So it didn't, this build stub thing, it didn't allow just touch.
Because it didn't let it, the instance of the user, it doesn't have the touch. I don't know. Maybe device.
I see. Maybe it gave you the right. It gave you an error saying that the user model does not have that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. Yes, that's interesting. I wonder. So that's potentially the way that. Well, that's. Yeah. Well, it's probably not worth spending any time on. Really, if we've got that one to work. I'm slightly surprised about that behavior, but yeah, it's interesting because we're actually calling try touch on it.
I thought that I did the comment explaining, but if I didn't, because I couldn't find it, so maybe I thought about it and I didn't write it.
Well, or you did, and then you made the change and you put the new commit in, and then the commit changed it, and then there's sort of the comments on the previous, thing. It sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
It gets lost.
Okay.
But don't worry. Yeah, I think it's at some point in the future that chunk of test can be refactored. I don't think there's any merit in spending a lot of time on that one. But yeah,
Okay.
so this is then looks like it's ready to merge. So I'll merge it.
Yeah. And the other thing in local support, I've been doing some changes on the way that we set up our cold climate test coverage. But the thing is that all tests are passing because Travis is not running. So if you enter, please, to that one. I mean, locally, all the tests are passing. But I want you to have the checks of Travis CI, and I don't know why it's not.
So this was the issue that we looked at yesterday, wasn't it? That
yes,
Travis didn't seem to run.
Yeah, and if you take a look to the dependable pull request, it didn't trigger Travis CI. So what I did there, if you take a look, you will see a review, and I'm kind of stopping the merging.
right.
With that, because I didn't want to.
Yeah, that's kind
of you just click their merging and.
No, I'm confused. I thought on local support we weren't using coveralls. I thought we were using code climate coverage on local.
Yeah, but the shame it was installed, and we.
Okay, so you were just removing it to kind of clear it out of there.
Yeah. Because we are not using it, so it was there with the rate.
Right, very sensibly removing it. Okay, but so that we've got the bigger issue here that for some reason Travis is not running, which we'll have to look into. Anything else on your mind?
No. I think that is all. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, so what I'll just do is welcome Stamatios is here. We'll come to you in a second. The thing that we will have to be looking at is the options for this. I'm just going to post this. Well, actually, we've got our new local support DevOps channel, so I'll just post this link. I often have a very frustrating time with things like Travis and Semaphore and wanting to ensure that people have access to them and so on. Hopefully, you will like in principle through here, we should be able to what I would. Ideally, is you should be able to access and see the settings there. If Travis is,
I can see them. Yeah,
and you can see them. Oh, that's great. So that's a good one thing. Then the other thing is, has something happened to our .travis file that's causing it not to work? But what I would say, particularly actually with Travis, is they are pretty good. If you go to
the support, maybe.
Yeah, well, not the support, but if you go to Travis on GitHub.
Yes.
And open an issue here. This is a way to get pretty reliable help and support I've found.
Okay, cool.
Maybe if you've got that might be we could spend some time investigating ourselves, but we could open an issue here. That's I'll put that up all in the local support DevOps. All right.
Sure. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. And another thing we should chat about is the local support open pairing session, but let's come to that at the end. Stamatios is here. Hey, Stamatios, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. As for my updates, so we had the meeting yesterday for local support, or the pairing session with you yesterday, Sam, for local support. Basically, all that was left was just to check in that remove those lines for the comments because it was too long. So basically did that, and all the checks were set and ready to go. So that being said, that task is complete. And I was actually debating what to go with next, and I was just thinking maybe I should message Ling Zhong, if that's how you say his name, to see how he's doing with his task. Yeah. Otherwise, if not that, try to clean up some of the other tasks that are pending, or maybe I jump on to another project to see if something needs to be done, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think definitely, reach out to Lenzong. It would be great. I mean, particularly from local support to the extent that we can get other things cleaned up, then that's fantastic. I mean, I think Lenzong is struggling to get his new PR open by the sounds of it. So I think he could definitely use some help with that. But then, of course, his availability, you may reach out to him and just not hear from him for a couple of days. And if you're looking for something to work on, I think the interesting thing, the issue we have at the moment is that we can see, oh, I've gone to the wrong place. Yeah, well done getting that pull request in there. The issue we have now, the one that Nicola and I were just discussing, is that Travis CI, for some reason, is not running. So we can see here that its Code Climate has run, but not Travis CI for some reason, and we don't know why. And so that wouldn't stop me merging this in. I can run the tests locally and so on, but probably the fact that we've got that systemic issue with local support might lead us to say, rather than you opening a new thing on local support where we're not sure how long it's going to be that we'll get this systemic issue fixed, it might be a good opportunity to do, look on another project. There's plenty to do on website 1, which I'm also the project manager on, if you want to get involved there.
There are a lot there.
Yeah, lots of Nicola's also involved there, so there's lots of familiar faces.
Sure.
Yeah, so kind of up to you. We can discuss that more in the after Scrum period, which we're coming up to now. I think that's our Scrum. Let me kind of triage then the things that are going on. So the issues that we're talking about. So things that Nicola raised, we've got the Travis CI fail.
Yep.
On local support. What's going on there? I mean, I guess, Nicola, you've got access to the settings and so on. You could have a little play around, and maybe like write up the issue of what we're experiencing and submit it to the Travis people.
Yeah, sure.
Might be the best way.
The way to go. Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Anywoki. Hey, Anywoki, how you doing?
Hi there.
Good to have you with us. We've just finished the Scrum. Actually, we're in now the after Scrum period, and we're sort of checking out different things that we need to get sorted. If you're, things you're stuck on or what have you, you could maybe tell us in the chat there. I'm going to carry on going through the issues that we're looking at. So we've got the Travis CI fail on local support. That's kind of not. There was. I mean, in principle, we can be merging other things, but yeah, it's a bit dangerous to do so. The other things are, I guess, you're not blocked on anything other than this, then, Nicola, on local support.
On local support, no.
No.
That is the only. Yeah. On website 1, I have. I forgot to mention the Twitter upgrade. Yeah, but it was, anyways. Doesn't matter.
But we can come to that. So
they're working on that.
But we've got there's the local support open pairing session, which it is in this funny thing where it alternates between being in the different times of day. I'm not sure what time it would have been this week.
I think that yesterday with Stella we did it at 4 p.m. I think that we will be like 3 p.m. UTC.
Okay, so that's something you've arranged with Stella anyway, is to pair with her at 3 p.m. UTC. I'm looking back at last week. So last week they had the 12:30.
We were switching. Yeah.
Switching. So in principle, if somebody wanted to run it, I think it would be at 6 p.m. UTC.
Okay.
That today could be the open pairing session. Now, I think we don't have to run it because obviously it was sort of Brent's. I guess the idea is that it's
to keep going with it.
Yeah. It was a lovely idea of Brent's, and I think it's been very valuable to have a pairing session that people can just sort of turn up to and so on. That's but so are you interested in running that, Nicola?
Yeah, sure.
And are you comfortable starting a hangout and being able to like get it to ping to Slack and things? Have you done that a few times already?
I saw how Brent did it, but no, I don't remember how to do that.
Yeah. So
because it was like kind of start the bot and telling.
Yeah, I mean the trick is like basically for the way that we create the things. I'll just show you here quickly. Is like I always just go. I mean, I log in. You can do it to yourself. I mean, we can get you a login to Agile Ventures. But going to this YouTube Live, so I just always go to this YouTube Live thing to this link. In fact, get it set up, and then so there, you just type in whatever the title of the event is.
Okay.
There's also a little advanced setting where you can make the you know, it good for real-time interactions. Probably low latency is the best, and then you click go live now. And then, it requires a title. It'll then pop up, and anyway, then it gives you the Hangout. But then what you have to do from the Hangout, and this is you need to get the link from the Hangout from before the question mark, from the address bar. It's a horrible user experience. I wish we could fix it. and then navigate to the appropriate event. Assuming that you've got to the appropriate event, you then come down and you click Event Actions, Edit Hangout Link, and you can insert the Hangout link. And then when you click Save, that means that link becomes live in the site, and it pings Slack as well to say click to join and so on. Similarly, to do the video, if you want to do the video, there's this links thing at the bottom, and you can grab the YouTube link, which is the stream for the event. And then here we've got a different one, edit the YouTube link, and then you can paste that in there and save that, and then that pings.
Okay.
So that's how that works. If you want to do that, I mean, you can always, at a pinch, just post the link into the local support session and on Slack. But
no, I will try. I will try to do it that way.
Yeah. It's apologies for the user. Back when we had Google Hangouts API thing, it all used to work much more smoothly. So we talked about that. Then we've got the other website one things. So on website one, where we're using Semaphore instead of Travis, Semaphore maybe continues to work. So yeah, you've upgraded the Twitter gem on this, which basically hasn't really required.
There, everything is going to work. One of the last comments, I'm telling what the error is if we upgrade to the first version of the number 6 version. For example,
that's the
version that I upgraded there is the last version of the version 5.
Okay.
And I was upgrading one by one because I didn't know where the error was. And the last version of version 5 is the 17.
Right.
So
so maybe you could take this and open an issue for upgrading Twitter and put that there. Might be the place to do it. But so, if you're just planning to carry on there. But I guess I can merge this in. I think
that is an error with the HTTP gem, because when we parse the MIME type that is not registered in the MIME types that they can parse, code breaks. That is what I was reading, the last thing that I was reading. So I don't know if I have to do I don't know if I have to open the issue in the Twitter gem on HTTP gem. So I was working on that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's, as I say, Twitter not actually being used by website one at the moment, so relatively low priority, but great to get the things there. So I guess what I will do there is I'm just going to merge that in. We can see that the tests have run on that one. Anything at website one? So yeah, the issue that I raised, we've got like spam signups, making it seem like it should be the case that if we're logged out of the main Agile Ventures website and we try and sign up, that we've got no, we've got the reCAPTCHA thing in there.
Yeah, it's there.
So we're getting a whole series of like very similar look like auto-generated emails signing up. That's making me think
they have calculated where to do the click.
Yeah, I think what's supposed to happen here is that if you just click automatically, that it knows that you're a robot. It's expecting that it's recording that like path of the the thing, and then it knows that the mouse, like the cursor, what was it called? Like the pointer has moved in the way that a human would move it. But maybe they've worked out some way to fake that out. If you just click it directly, it will then pop up some images for you to detect stuff and so on. But I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Anyway, at least that's, we can see that the I'm not a robot thing is still there. Other things, the other thing we were gonna, I think we were maybe going to talk about this briefly, Nicola, and maybe this is something, I don't know if I don't know if it's a good one for Stamatios to start on if he wants to look at something in website 1, but yeah, I think that's now I guess for Stamatios, if you were going to start on website, I guess you're probably not set up with website 1 at all at the moment, I guess.
No, not at the moment.
Yeah, so a place to start there would be, you know, I think even before trying to get on a ticket, would be just to sort of try and get the thing running locally on your system. Here, this is the capture still present. I mean, I think what we might want to check for is there been a update to the capture, because we're maybe on an old one there. Yes, and we're, I guess the only other thing, so local support, there was a great session pairing with Stamatios yesterday, and we did a sort of a refactoring. I was thinking, Nicola, you might be interested to look at the refactoring that we ended up doing here.
Okay.
So
yeah.
We've got this is, I'll put the files list here into the chat, but so we were having this problem with the code climate complaining that the methods in application controller were too long and that the class was too long. And so here you can actually see now the much shorter add breadcrumbs method. And what we've done is we've now got a breadcrumbs by action class, which we've pulled out into a different location entirely.
Okay, cool.
And so that is down, no, not there. Let's have a look. Or is it going to be in the lib directory? Lib. There we go. Yeah. So we now have this here, and like all the complexity that we previously had in the application controller is in there. Now, the interesting thing actually here, just looking at this could be another thing potentially for you to work on, Stamatios, is that although we've pulled the complexity out there, we've still got some amounts of complexity. But I guess here, this add breadcrumb, we're kind of, I guess here for base organizations controller, we're overriding the add breadcrumbs method that we have here, right?
I believe that's the case.
Yeah, and so we certainly don't have to do this, but what we could say is that we would maybe want to pull this. I mean, CodeClimber is not complaining about it at the moment, but we could say if we're trying to have this, add breadcrumb stuff handled outside of the controllers to a degree, then there might be an argument for pulling this into that same model. I was just seeing there, and is there one more place where we've got? So we've then also got it here in volunteer ops controller. We've got some quite similar code there. Anyway, but I can see it's not a perfect match because those two controllers are doing something slightly different. But that's something to think about there, because I guess these things, what we're doing, we're overriding the default behavior, and we're doing a couple of other things here, and then we're kind of calling the original method using the super operation.
Yep.
And yeah, it makes me wonder if there could be a further refactoring there. Clearly not a priority. That could be, if you were interested to explore that, you could look at it. If not, maybe just open a refactoring ticket and someone else can look at it at some point in the future. Yeah. So is that giving you enough food for thought and options to manage? I guess it's like set up with website 1, possible further refactoring on this one?
Oh yeah. But either way, what I'll do is I'll just send a message to Ling Zhang just to see exactly where he's at. I'll
definitely
set up website 1 at the same time, and then I'll also look into refactoring this.
Yeah, great stuff. But for website 1, I will need to send you an environment file. I'll get that over to you now. Great stuff. And I guess, yeah, so the final thing that we might have touched on was looking at the sprockets Rails thing in website 1, where we're seeing this kind of, so the change here is that we have changed Sprocket Rails. I don't even know what Sprocket Rails does. And what we're seeing is suddenly in our Jasmine tests that these it can't, like, so these, like, accordion collapse. Yeah, I mean, I think some of the things that are external libraries that should be visible are not visible.
Okay.
So there's so the thing to do here, I would say, is if I was trying to analyze this now, I'd get this branch locally, and I would probably get the individual Jasmine runner running, if that makes sense. Have you ever done that with Jasmine?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So maybe.
I will read about it, but and I will try it.
Yeah. So well, maybe what I can do is a kind of a finish up here. Let me find Stomatios there, and we'll give Stomatios give you the environment file for the website 1. Yeah, the trick here. So if we go and let me find the website 1 terminal, website 1. Let's do git fetch. Have I got you in there as Miss Evie? Probably not. Like that. Thinking about it. Yes, found you. Git checkout. That one. So
yeah,
and it is that we were talking before. It's easy to. So we have this. I've actually shortened it to BEJ. Actually, this might need me to bundle. So that's his bundle exec rake Jasmine :ci. I shouldn't really do it like that. Let me get the bundle working. So yeah, bundle exec rake Jasmine CI like this. So that runs the Jasmine, all the JavaScript unit tests in kind of headless mode, so it doesn't open.
He disconnected.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Tell him on Slack.
Ooh. Hey there. For some reason, the Hangout just reloaded for me. Not sure why.
I tagged you on Slack.
Thanks. Yeah, I think we're back now. But so here, yeah, you can just do bundle to BE, and then it's rake Jasmine by itself. Let's see what's over here. Yeah, we're getting those failures. So sanity check that it's also happening, and I assume that they're happening on your machine as well. If I run like this, I may go nuts because I do it in too many places at the same time. But so yeah, so we get there, those issues here. If we do it like this, it will ultimately, there's a lot of warm up, open a browser, and we'll have kind of like a browser. Yeah, and so there we go, and it's opening. What it should do is it will give us it will automatically open a window in a browser for that, and then that you can actually get in and start. You can use the Chrome inspector to debug things. I think actually,
okay, yeah, I get it. I get the idea.
Yeah, and so actually, it doesn't open automatically, but you can jump in and go here, and then we can take an individual test. And I think you've totally got it. I'll just show you. There's this kind of funny way in which, lots of errors, isn't there? I mean, I think it also required reading up on sprockets But so we've got this accordion collapse. It's not thing with this is it's not even we've got accordion collapse module should create a module called accordion collapse. We'll go here. We can then take like an individual failing. So there's if we go back to the spec list, we can run an individual. So that initially runs the whole thing. We can now so we've got here a particular one that's failing. There's this options thing up here where we can, try and get it to stop on expectation failure. And other thing, I think raise exception. There we go. But so what we can do here is to go into inspect and get into the console and the sources. And then so, I don't know, where is it? Is it not showing me? We should be able to get into the, let's reload this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we can even get into the individual spec here. So we can see, here's the accordion collapse.
Cool. Yeah.
And so we've got there, we can get the breakpoint, and then we can rerun the test, and then it will actually land on the breakpoint.
Huh. Okay.
And we can start inspecting this, that, and the other.
Yeah, I get it.
So yeah, so that's a very powerful framework. Just seeing this now, I think that what this will all be to do with is something I was looking at with Lara yesterday in Website 1, is that we have, at the moment, for better or worse, in our JavaScript setup, we have kind of a custom framework here that was written by Brian Yap a while ago. This is apparently to deal with the headache of initializing JavaScript with turbo links. I wrote this custom module definer to handle initialization code. And so we have this custom thing, which is obviously done good work over the years. But we end up with like all of our JavaScript, or many of our JavaScript things. We've then got like a mix of different JavaScript things. Some of them are JavaScripts, like we've got like standardized, ready on page ready load stuff. We've got other ones that make that one document ready. Oh gosh, I've got even an example of one that's some of them using this Website 1 define operation and then returning an init method. And so, what it looks like is a Sprocket Rails upgrade is not played very well with our custom code here.
Okay.
I might suggest that it would, like we never needed a custom setup like this with local support or other projects. I don't really understand. And I guess we still do have all of this stuff. Oh, we are. It's like okay. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if the approach might be to like try removing all of this and rewriting all the JavaScript so that it's in the usual form, if you know what I mean, like the way
that is initialized, or
it's like this Scrum one is we just get it and then we have it set up on the page load kind of thing. So anyway, sorry for that long aside there. I just wanted to show you all the background.
No, it's
if and when you.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that's our Scrum then. Unless there's any other important notes, I'm going to go do the marketing meeting, and I'll see you folks very soon.
Yeah.
See you.
All right. Bye for now. Take care.